It was a bright Saturday morning. The airport was buzzing with travelers rushing to catch flights, kids tugging on their parents' hands, and announcements echoing through the terminals. Among the passengers waiting to board Flight 326 was the Johnson family, a black couple, David and Maria, traveling with their 8-year-old daughter, Lily. They were excited because it was Lily's first time flying. She held on to her little teddy bear, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. When boarding began, the Johnsons found their seats, 3 in a row, right near the window. They settled in, arranging their bags and helping Lily get comfortable. A few minutes later, another passenger walked down the aisle. His name was Mr. Turner, a well-dressed man in his late 40s. He stopped at the seat next to the Johnsons and froze. His expression soured immediately. He looked at the flight attendant and said in a loud, irritated voice, "Excuse me, there must be some mistake. I'm not sitting here. Move me somewhere else." The flight attendant blinked, confused. "Sir, this is your assigned seat. Is there a problem?" Turner crossed his arms and sneered. "Yes. I don't sit next to them." The cabin grew uncomfortably quiet. Passengers nearby turned their heads, whispering. Maria hugged Lily closer, and David clenched his jaw, trying to stay calm. The flight attendant tried to handle it diplomatically. "Sir, we cannot reassign seats without reason. Please take your seat so we can prepare for departure." But Turner refused. "I paid for first-class comfort, not to be stuck here. Find me another seat, or I'll make a scene." At that moment, another passenger stood up from across the aisle. A tall man in his 50s, wearing a gray suit, with a calm but firm demeanor. His name was Mr. Reynolds, a well-known lawyer, though most passengers didn't recognize him yet. He looked directly at Turner and said, "No, sir. You won't be moved." "I will." Everyone stared. Reynolds walked over to the Johnson family with a warm smile. "If you don't want to sit next to them, then I gladly will. Because they look like good company to me." He turned to the little girl, Lily, and said kindly, "Is that your teddy bear? He looks ready to fly." Lily's face lit up, and she nodded shyly. Maria whispered a soft thank you, her eyes watering. The flight attendant, relieved, allowed Reynolds to switch. He sat down happily next to the Johnsons, starting small talk and making them feel welcome. Meanwhile, Turner sat fuming in silence. The other passengers shook their heads, some even whispering things like, "disgraceful," and "unbelievable." But karma had more in store. When the plane landed hours later, everyone filed out. As Turner reached baggage claim, a commotion broke out. Security officers approached him. Apparently, he had left a suspicious item unattended during boarding. He was pulled aside for questioning, embarrassed as dozens of passengers looked on. Meanwhile, the Johnsons walked out with Mr. Reynolds, who turned out to be not just a lawyer, but also an activist for equality. David shook his hand firmly. "You didn't just give us your seat, you gave us dignity in that moment." Reynolds smiled and replied, "Sometimes, the smallest stand makes the biggest difference. Prejudice can try to divide, but courage and kindness unite people instantly. Standing up, even in small ways, turns injustice into a powerful moment of truth."